Alright guys, breaking down the Ohio River, episode 3. Well, it's really nice and cold in my house. Sorry about the the lens flare you're getting there. Not really a lens flare, but getting some condensation on my lens. I'm not going to wipe it off because it have a potential scratch on my lens doing that. I don't have anything soft to do that with, so actually I do. Found something here really quickly. Wipe this thing off so you can get a decent look. There we go. So, breaking down the Ohio River, episode 3 is about to commence. I'm headed over to get my boat. We're gonna drop it in at Coal Grove. A couple things, since you guys have seen me in the past couple weeks, is you know that some things have changed as far as with my boat. Josh and I actually replaced a fuel injector, the number 4 fuel injector on my boat. Here was a little bit of footage from that. We are putting this injector on here. I'll show you the idea. Sorry, the lighting in here sucks. We're in my garage, but we're in Dad's garage. Right here's the injectors. Starts, and this is for 2006. I can't speak for everyone. The starboard top is number 1, number 2 over here, 3 down here, 4 back to here. This is the one that I'm replacing. You can see that it's really dark and black, like it's got oil on it. The rest of them are fairly clean. This is cylinder 5, 6, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6 over here. We're replacing this fuel injector right here, which is a port fuel injector. 2 bolts here. There is, I don't know if you can see it in here, but there is a return and a supply fuel line here. I'm not sure which ones those are. Which one or which. We're just going to put them back in the same spot. There's a small little bolt here that we got to take out. 2 main bolts here. Take the supply and return fuel lines off there. Bolt the fuel injector back in. Plug it back up to the original wiring harness. And then once we have it installed, we're going to hook it up to Josh's computer, which plugs into this port right here, which is the diagnostics port here. And I'll show you guys the fault in just a second. We do have the open fault number, or the open circuit number 4, which is in the 4th injector here. So we're gonna replace this injector, and then we have to put in the coefficient file, which is a .dat file that comes from your dealer or wherever you buy the injector from. You could possibly call BRP and get it yourself. I wouldn't recommend that. Again, the folks up there at Freedom Outdoors hooked me up. Number 4 injector coming up. Let's go.
Across the board, baby.
Comments and stuff that I've got from you guys is that this video series, breaking down the Ohio River, is getting a lot of, you know, it's getting a lot of traction, which is cool. So I'm going to go out. If you guys watched episode 2, which was a live episode on Another Line on YouTube, obviously on here, but it was on Facebook as well. But I went out and I used the Angler app on the website of things to find some new spots with the help of you guys to go check out. Downriver from the Coal Grove boat ramp has been fairly beat up for me. I know a lot of spots down that way. Upriver towards Huntington, Proctorville, Gallipolis, that way, I know very little. So I'm going to take this opportunity to use my Angler app. I'm going to go find those spots that I actually marked when we were working with this live, and I'm going to check them out, see what I can do about breaking down the Ohio River in episode 3. So let's go get the boat. Let's go get after it, guys. If you guys have never seen a B&W tow and stow, Misty bought this thing for me. It's phenomenal. Love it. On that. Inch 7/8 And this is the 2 5/16 for a camper. Switch it, pull the pin, rotate it 90. Now we're ready to go. All right, guys, out here on the river, just put the boat in the water and everything. I'm gonna run this boat up the river. I'm still kind of leery about it, to be honest with you. We just put a fuel injector on it. Again, I showed you guys a little bit of footage there a second ago. I'm gonna open up the Angler app right now. I'm gonna start a trip. Let's go ahead and do that right now. I'm gonna grab my iPhone. I'm gonna go into the Angler app. I'm gonna log in. And then I'm going to start a trip here. Fish mode, start a trip. I'll name it later. Make sure that my actually, let's go ahead and put river here so I know what's up. Sorry, my screen's a little dirty. Water gauge, let's use Ashland. That's the way I'm headed. My bullseye is connected. For some reason the gauge didn't show up there. Oh, now it is. Yep, good. High River Ashland. We're gonna go conventional, motor, start trip. Hopefully you guys saw that. I couldn't see if it was in focus or not. But I'm gonna go upriver here, and I'm going to check out some of these spots that are marked from the actual stuff there the other day. So one thing that you can do, again, I went into the map layers and chose historical waypoints here. I want to toggle them all on. That way when I'm going upriver I can see these marks. So like right there, hopefully you guys can see that. That's a rock pile that I actually marked. That's up here on the other side of this bridge. We're gonna stop. We're gonna hit a spot right across here. I forgot to mark it on the thing, but there's an outlet here. But the Angler app is going. Everything is good to go. I'm gonna start the motor up, run up the river, and let's break down the Ohio River, shall we? Episode 3. Let's get it. First spot I marked was right across the river, some rocks over there. We're gonna bust over there and hit that in just a second. But right now, there's a water exit right here. There's like an overflow coming out of Ashland here. There's a bunch of chunk rocks and stuff going down this way. I'm gonna throw a crankbait, spinnerbait, maybe a Texas rig, try to get things figured out here. And then we're going to bust over there, hit that for a second, and then we're gonna work our way back upriver, hitting these spots that I've marked on my Angler app during that live session. So let's get after it. It's all kind of bait flipping when I'm throwing my crankbait up in there. So spinnerbait in the fall is usually phenomenal in the Ohio River. It's not quite fall, it's still summertime, it's August, but I'm gonna throw it, see what happens. There's again, there's a water outlet right here from a water treatment plant here in Ashland. Usually pretty good action on it. Caught a couple smallmouth on here in times past. Some of the live videos you guys have saw on on Facebook, you saw me and Josh out here catching one right here. So I'm gonna throw a spinnerbait and a 4-inch Keytech or Kitech swim bait up in here. A lot of activity as far as a lot of bait fish activity. So that's in the last episode. You guys saw me saying that I wasn't changing baits quick enough. Again, I said this before. One of my favorite baits ever on the river is this willow leaf blade spinnerbait from the tackle box of South Point, Ohio. Threw a spinnerbait or threw the crankbait for a little bit. There's a lot of bait fish in this area. It's popping around, beating around. Throwing this on a 7 gear ratio on a medium action Shimano Zodius. This is a 7-foot medium, so it would be a 170. You guys can't see it right now, but there's a ton of bait fish flipping over here. So it tells me that I'm probably gonna I threw a crankbait for a little bit, couldn't get bit. I didn't throw it very long, obviously. 50 feet, 100 feet down these rocks. Throwing a spinnerbait now. Next thing I'm gonna throw is this 4-inch Kitech swim bait. Fishing the banks right now, only for the simple fact is I'm trying to find fish, you know, during these episodes here. I'm trying to find where the fish are living. I have a feeling that I am going about this all wrong. I feel like the fish are going to be out a little deeper, and that's one of the biggest issues of me not catching fish in the Ohio River, is that I always beat the banks up like this, and there has to be something different. You know, fish on the river are no different than any other fish. When the water gets warmer, right now the water temperature is 83.5 degrees, 83.6. So the water temperature is fairly warm still. So I don't think they're going to be up shallow, even though the bait fish are there. I'm gonna have to try to find some deeper spots, maybe some deeper chunk rock. Again, it's really tough for me to do with 6-inch graphs on my boat. I'm hoping to upgrade to a 12-inch on the console and a 10-inch up here. But that's what I'm. That's a wishful thinking thing, but it does. You know, the little 6-inch I have back there, which is a Humminbird DI, it does a really good job. Some of the pictures that and some of the images that come off of that thing is phenomenal compared to, you know, how big it is. So I'm gonna try to find some bigger rocks, some chunk rocks, some maybe some ditches and things, maybe some channel swings, where I could fish a little deeper with a drop shot, maybe a shaky head. I've caught a lot of fish on a shaky head, maybe a deeper diving crankbait, DT5, DT6 even if it's that deep. Right now I'm 21 foot of water, and you guys can see the bank. I'm about, I don't know, 20 yards away from the bank right now, and I'm in 21 foot of water, so it does fairly drop off fairly decent out here. But I'm looking right now at my graph trying to find, you know, indentions. Dude. How crazy was that? No clue that they were going to be using dynamite over there, and that is it's pretty scary actually. I hope that is on film. I can definitely see the, wow, whoa, that was crazy. Wow, that is crazy, man. I'm swing the boat here a little bit. You guys, they're getting a lot of that rock off the face of that over there. That's US 52 over there, right underneath that highway. So they're trying to get all that stuff so it doesn't fall into the highway, which is crazy. But I had no clue that they were going to be doing that today. I don't know. That's crazy. They're bringing the loader in already. That's cool. God dog, it went in. My lapel mic died at some point, so I want to give you guys a little breakdown here before I get home. I'm not sure how long my lapel mic died. You could see a lot of me doing this like a bad Japanese film. But breaking down the Ohio River, episode 3, we're building a pattern here, guys. We found some smallmouth, one keeper, that's okay, one keeper, that's a start. We've caught 3 fish now on this series, one of them being a keeper. Put 4 more with those on an Ohio River tournament, you got a good chance of winning it. And that sounds stupid, but 4 12-inch fish, I'll take those pretty much in every Ohio River tournament. So we found out how to catch them, or some today. Caught both of my fish today on an eye shad, jackal eye shad with a drop shot. This actual is a 273 medium light Shimano Zodius with a 3000 series Stratic CI4. It's getting about 25 minutes here before dark. Sunset's going down, or the sun's going down, setting. I am going to go take my boat, we got about a 20-minute boat ride back to the ramp, put it back on the trailer. And again, I don't know how much audio was lost. It could have been all of it. I don't know. I didn't look at the lapel mic for a while, so it could have been a ton of audio there. So if there's a lot of video, or there's a lot of audio as far as music on this, I apologize. Found some fish in about 17 to 20 foot of water on bridge piers. Bridge pillars. We're right here in Proctorville, Ohio. Caught a couple on both of these here. There's no more bridges from here to the Robert C. Byrd Lock and Dam that I'm aware of. I'm pretty sure there's none. So there's no sense of going up the river any farther to find that pattern. There's a couple spots here on the way back I may stop and hit. I think I'm just going to go put my boat on the trailer. I'm going to put these rods up and get on back before it gets dark. I don't want to be putting my boat back in the water, back in the trailer, on the trailer by myself after dark. So I'm going to skedaddle back on down to the Cold Grove boat ramp. But this has been episode 3 of Breaking Down the Ohio River on another line style. Guys, thank you very much for joining my channel. If you guys are just now joining the channel, thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing if you like fishing related content, because we talk a lot about music, some on here, and you see a lot of fishing. So if bass fishing or fishing in general is your cup of tea, hit that subscribe button down there. I'd appreciate it. Till next time, guys, get out there and lean on them if you can. We'll see you next time on another line.